Welcome back to the Sutter Podcast. I'm your host, Victor, along with my co-host, Mark. Mark, how are you doing on this fine, beautiful Sunday afternoon?
I'm doing great. Sun's out. Wonderful weather. Yesterday it was really hot.
Yes, today it got a little breeze to it.
Yeah, a little breeze, so it's cool. But no, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. Life is good. Weather's good. We did have a tornado near my house the other day. Oh. Which was crazy.
That's not good.
Yeah, no, it was very windy. I didn't see the, nader, but
it was like a warning, I guess.
Yeah, I saw the warning. And it was texting me, and like iPhone was bringing.
That was yesterday?
The day before, Friday.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah, because Friday around my job, it started pouring like crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I was trying to see. Yeah, it was random too. I wasn't expecting that. I knew it was supposed to rain obviously the whole week, but Friday was like, okay, yeah, here you go. Here's a lot of rain. I was like, what the heck is happening?
So yeah, that happened. Yesterday was nice. It was nice out. So Steven, I don't know if you remember Steven, good friend. He had a lifting meet in Westchester yesterday. So he invited Q, and then Q invited me. So I went on down to Westchester with him. Congrats to him. He actually qualified for nationals, so he's going to be doing that. I don't know when that is, but I know he did qualify. We was there. Pretty dope. Seeing some people lifting, clapping it up. Me and Q, we was being rowdy in the crowd, as we do.
You got to do that.
Got some Hawaiian/Japanese food afterward. It was fire. It was a good day. After that, not much happened, but we're here today to talk about some other things. Car Chronicles is going to have to wait, I'm assuming. Yeah. So we'll pass on that. One day. It's becoming like the backrooms at this point.
Yeah, I'm trapped there. It's my little own place to be trapped at now.
It's all right. We got out of there eventually. What happened in the world? Tory Lanez got stabbed. I don't know if you saw that. Like 24 times.
Yeah, I think that's
somebody said they tried. Yeah. Somebody said they tried to turn him to hookah foil.
That's wild, yeah. No, it was like 12 or something, yeah. I was just like, bro, what? And then they said somewhat of like the places it happened, and I was like, I think like the neck, I think something said like the head or something like that. I was like,
then it was like he's on life support, and then like 12 hours later, I was like, yeah, he cool.
Yeah, the way they said it, I was just like,
there's no way. I was like, somewhere somebody lying.
Yeah, the way they said it was just like, oh yeah, it was bad. He went to the hospital. He wasn't conscious, and now he's good. Now he's responsive. And that was it. Like, just like leave it like that. Yeah. I'm like, so like, you sure he's okay? Because that sounds like not the best thing to happen, especially in prison, especially probably like a rusty night. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you sure? Cool. Like, they just like, all right. I don't know.
Somebody saw one twerking video of Megan. It was just like, he got to pay.
How could he?
Then it was like, what is it? I think Megan or Tory Lanez. I almost said Tory the Lanes because Megan the Stallion.
Tory Dillon.
Like their bodyguard came out. It was basically like, oh yeah, it was actually Megan's friend that like shot Megan, not Tory. Which is like people have been like theorizing, I can't talk today. Conspirating against this whole situation, being like, oh, it was Tory, it was Megan, the friend started it. No, Tory was with her friend first, and then Megan, and then the friend got jealous, or Megan got jealous. The whole thing. Nobody was in the car except for fucking Kylie Jenner.
That's what they always
forget. But they forget to mention that. Like, she could easily just be like, yo, like, I know what happened. Yeah. But she refuses to say anything. Is gonna wait until like things died down for her, and then her mom's like, yo, like, now you could speak on it. Like, no, they're not talking about us. So come out and just be like, what really happened?
We can get some money out of this. Yeah. So now I think you should speak out.
Yeah. But yeah, he got stabbed a bunch. Apparently he's fine. I haven't heard anything since then. I feel like either he didn't get stabbed or he's not okay. Because there's both can't be true.
Yeah, no.
You don't get stabbed more times than 50 Cent got shot and then you're cool.
Yeah, either that or it just was like, I don't know, maybe even like really small stabs, but still, I feel like that would still give you some type of like.
Clearly, it wasn't small because he was in a coma. He was on life support. Not a coma. He was on life support.
Yeah, no. So
or some form of
maybe
something.
Maybe it just wasn't as many stabs as we thought. I don't know.
Because that's still blood lost.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a longer turnaround. I don't care if you get stabbed once. You're in there probably longer than that. Like a vital stab.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's just built for prison or something.
I hope not.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just the case. Something's going on, though. We don't know about it.
What can you do? Well, look, if he did shoot Megan, he shouldn't have shot her. But also, like, he shouldn't have gotten stabbed 20-some times. So,
no, yeah,
you
I don't
know.
know what happened inside, but something. I mean, they showed the picture of the person who did it, and I was just like,
Oh, did they? I didn't see that.
yeah, it was. I mean, I don't obviously want to just like say what he was. He looked like he was Hispanic, just had a bunch of tattoos on his neck and everything like that.
Fucking love Megan.
Yeah, they
Come here,
showed
fucker.
they showed him, and I was just like, okay,
I
they
can make
didn't
that
they didn't
joke.
really show anything else like about him or like talked about him like who he was or anything. They just showed a picture, and that was it. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Trump's just like, see, you see what happens when you put him.
Wasn't Meg representing or showed up to something? Was that for Kamala?
Probably.
I was just trying to remember. I remember something happened where Meg was like involved with some type of
Yeah. Because they had like the convention for her like before the election. Like Beyonce was
Yeah.
there and a bunch of other celebrities. So
I didn't know if she was like trying to represent Trump or something like that.
no, I don't think so.
I mean, yeah, you'd be surprised,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I think who was it? I think I saw something where people, like I think someone from like Diddy's team or something like that is trying to ask for Trump to give like the whole thing like a pardon or something.
Of
like
course,
that.
yeah. He's gonna try everything he can, bro. That trial is so wild. Like,
Yeah,
that's all people have been talking about all week.
I know the whole thing with Cassie has been like happening.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff like that.
she was first on the stand because she's pregnant, and like they want to get her
Yeah.
statement before anything happens, where she won't be able to. So that whole mess is wild, bro. They got more footage of that elevator hotel situation when she was
wow.
like chasing her, and then they're talking about like the male escorts that he hired or whatever, and how he was basically like his claim is like she asked for all that stuff, but it's very clear that it's like it was him telling her to ask for that stuff.
Yeah,
To like cover his own ass. It'd
yeah.
be like,
no one's asking for that stuff, bro. Like he's wild. And then, I just saw like something about saying like all this stuff that they found as far as like what he asked for. It was just like all this, or what they just found in general, was like baby oil, all this like
of course,
drawing up like ketamine and all this stuff. I was just like, geez,
just a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
And had everybody high and addicted.
And then what I didn't know that when Cassie was like signed under him,
Mhm.
I guess it was like maybe her first album or whatever, but she ended up making like 9 other albums after that, and like she didn't get any type of like creds or anything after that, and like got no money from any of it. It was just like her first album, and after that like she didn't get anything. I was like, dang, bro, that's just wild.
It's the shady part of music business.
That's wild. I would not be sitting there making that many albums and then getting nothing for it.
Well,
like, that's
I
just
mean,
wild.
it's like at that point you signed it, so it's like this happens with a lot of artists where they don't realize what they're signing, or they're just like, yo, like I got a record deal, like I don't give a fuck what it says, like
Yeah, that's true.
it's gonna fulfill my dream, so let me do this, and then
Yeah, I'm hiring somebody immediately. Look over this, and
Yeah.
if you can't find something, I'll even get ChatGPT to
Yeah,
look
yeah.
over this, and it will find something.
yeah, like that's you talking about 10, that's probably like what 15, 20 years ago that a lot of this stuff probably kicked off, so like
Yeah.
it's not as well known as it is now, like, or at least talked about as much, because there's a lot of artists that like they'll get a record deal and they think it's just this is them getting paid. In reality, this is just a loan that they're getting, and the way that their like streams are set up, how they get paid is wonky. Like they only get a small percent, or they're like contracted to do like 100 shows a year, or they have to like do the shows to even make the pay back the loan that they thought was actually their money. So it's a shady business.
Yeah, record deals in a sense are just kind of like they own you. So it's like you got to do what they say. You're under a contract essentially. Yeah, it makes sense. But it's just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, like you said, you don't really know what you're signing up for a lot of the times. You think like, okay, I got this deal. I got these songs. Cool. I'm going to make that into an album. Cool. It's like, yeah, you don't realize now it's like they're putting you on a time clock. Okay, like you did this, but now you need to make us more songs like by this time. Like, you don't just have the free will to just be like, okay, now I can just enjoy all this riches and just chill and I'll make music when I want. It's like, nah, bro, like you need to do this now. You need to go on tour. You need to go and do all like, so it's,
you need to do these press releases, these radio shows, whatever. And that's even before it's like you can be like, oh, this is my album. These are the songs here. And they're like, nah, like it needs to be this amount of songs and it has to have this type of sound. Like you no longer have creative. That's why so many people now are like fighting for that freedom, where it's just like, you let me handle everything, you just get this cut and like leave me alone. Like let me do my part, and y'all you can make money off it because I understand y'all are investing in me, but let me have the freedom to do what I need to do.
I think that's the main reason why a lot of these like artists are trying to just become like, again, their own producers, their own directors, because it's just like, why would I want to go and be signed to this record label where they're just going to basically control more than 50% of what I'm doing here all the time. So
And on
That
top,
makes sense.
I mean, that's going even beyond music now. Like you see, like I don't know if you follow, but a lot of like stand-up comedians are doing the same thing. Where it's like, why should I wait for Netflix? Like, I can go into a comedy club, either hire a team, like a small team, or buy an expensive camera and film my own special and put it out on YouTube and make ad revenue off of it. And like, I'll still be doing all right. And there's a lot of like comedians that I follow that are doing that now, and they're doing well. Or they'll like film it and then they'll put it on like behind a Patreon for like $5-10 and still be making enough money to make a living. So yeah, it's just people are seeing how like it's much easier, especially with the internet now, to go independent with that kind of stuff. There's what was it? Not Nickelback. It's another band, but they're at this point they're like only doing shows, but like you pull up and you buy the tickets there and like you see the show, like no Ticketmaster, none of that. But it's like a pretty relevant band from like say like 2010s, like 2000s ish. So there's like a lot of people are going that route where it's like instead of having people flip the tickets for $500, like pull up, get the ticket.
Yeah, I think this generation is just realizing the best way right now for us is to go backwards.
Yeah, we've gone too deep into the tech stuff that it's like, let's dial it back.
We went too deep to the point where it's like there's no way of one getting further than it, or it's not like having any type of like uniqueness. It's very bland, stale, and you just kind of feel like, okay, like you know a lot of the stuff of what it is before it even happens. Like you hear about it, you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is what's going to happen. 9 out of 10, probably 10 out of 10 times, it's exactly what's going to happen, because like that's just how it is right now. I guess I feel like you said, with all the technology and stuff like that, and like, oh, I can buy tickets here, or oh, I can use bots to help buy me all this stuff. I'm gonna reset. Like, you know how everything's gonna go nowadays, and it's just like it kind of just makes things annoying.
It's like kind of like it's like goes full circle almost. Like you just kind of end up at the back of the same point, because like just in this past week, it's crazy. I just thought of this now that you're mentioning it, like kind of going backwards. I got an email from Airbnb. I don't know if you have like they send like promotional emails. They sent me one. It's like, now you can not only just do like apartments or rooms or whatever, like rent out like houses or whatever for Airbnb or vacation homes. You can now basically rent services and stuff. So it's like, oh, you can hire a chef, you can hire a driver, you can do like a band. So it's like, it just went beyond that. So now it's like, all right, cool. So you just made Craigslist.
Yeah.
Like
basically, I mean.
And then Uber, and I think it was this past week, at least it's the first I heard of it. They came out with like, I forget the name, but like Uber Route or something like that, where it's basically you go to like a specific pickup location with a bunch of other people. You get in that car, and like if you're along the same route, they would like drop you off along that route. And I was like, you just basically invented the bus.
Yeah.
So they're just like, you guys are trying to innovate so hard that you're just ending up back at the initial point.
Yeah.
Or like same thing with like streaming services. Like at the beginning it was like, oh, cut the cable, like save your money on cable. You know, you spend $10 to $15 a month on the streaming service that has a lot of shows that you can be fulfilled and have enough content to watch. Now everybody's trying to have one. So now streaming services are just channels.
Yeah.
So now you just have a bunch of streaming services.
Yeah. And you're paying with all those streaming services for all those things that you want to see, because unfortunately not everything is in one spot. So you got to get like, oh, you like this one show, now I have to get this whole streaming service just to watch this one show. So at this point, when you're paying all those streaming services, it's like, dang, I'm basically paying cable with the amount that I'm putting into this. It's like, it's the same thing.
Not to mention you have to pay for internet to also access those. True. At least before, if it was cable, it was the cable box, a satellite, and it did it for you.
It was all of it. Yeah.
Now it's just completely different. And now this is the next step. I don't know when it's going to happen, 5 to 10 years. Now, most likely Netflix, Hulu, they're going to offer their own internet.
Yeah.
And now and you get this box sent to your house that provides the channels that gives you internet. And don't worry, you don't even need a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick or Chromecast or Apple TV. Now that box will have the channels and the internet for you. Something we have never seen before.
I'm just picturing them. They're like, oh my gosh, he's on to it.
Write that down. Write that down.
How did anybody leak anything? Who's the one who's responsible?
I get a cease and desist in my mail.
Yeah, they're just like, how do you know about what we're planning?
Yeah, it's gonna go so far. It's gonna be like, all right, we got this little black box, right, with red numbers on it, and then you could hack it and have all the channels that you need, pay-per-view, everything.
Yeah, it's very, like you said, full circle. we're going to see things just kind of get brought to life that from things that we already seen before. I think what they're really trying to go off of is like, okay, like this is what people are used to. Let's introduce it, see what they think. Because again, we're just not essentially the new generation, but like our generation in a sense is the generation that's coming up. We're smart enough to realize it, but the people who are younger than us are probably just going to be like,
it's just what
wow.
they know.
Yeah, like, oh, wow, cool. Look, like Netflix has like a box now. We can like literally use it. Like, but it's like, bro, you don't understand. Like that already was a thing. Yeah. Like it literally was already a thing. You guys just don't know about it because by the time you were born and started growing up and realizing things, that was already cut. So you didn't realize that. So
and then 50 years down the line, you're like, oh, cut the cable. Just get this service. And
I'm like, I'm tired of this grandpa.
What else? Oh, fucking HBO. You seen how they like switch their name again?
Hey, wasn't it a troll? Like,
no,
it wasn't. Oh, I thought I saw that it was just a troll. Like, oh yeah, we're not actually doing it. It was just something, I don't know, some type of advertisement. But I was like, isn't that what it already was before? Yeah, no. And they did it again. And then I'm like,
if they are saying that, it's because they really intended to do it. And then so many people were like, yo, what the heck are you guys doing? And then they're like, never mind, just JK.
Yeah.
But like, nah, it was like they officially came out because we had this. I was at work when I saw this, but I was just like, yo, it was like HBO, the channel.
Yeah.
You know, you saw movies, you saw stand up. It was a great time. Mm-hmm. Then it was like HBO Go. Then it was HBO Now. Then it was HBO Max.
Yeah.
Then it was Max.
Yeah.
And now it's HBO Max. Yeah. And now guess what's next? HBO. And like 3 or 4 years going just straight out HBO. And there's people going to be like, yo, what the heck are you guys doing? But obviously people were having reactions to it. And then HBO Max official Twitter replied to like somebody complaining about it, and like they put a screenshot of like one of their HBO shows being like, God forbid I try to be creative, and it's just like, nah, bro, like you really, this is really stupid. You guys, I don't. Yeah. Apparently somebody said that, I don't know. Again, we have no ways of fact checking this, but somebody was like, oh, like I knew someone that worked on that team at a certain point, but like back when they went from HBO Max to Max, and apparently this is again. I pulled this out of the internet, so who knows? But they were like, there was just like a high ranking like CEO or something like that was just basically like, yeah, like just make it Max, like do it, like that's better. And it was just pure like no data, like they just did that on a whim kind of thing. And now they're like going back to HBO Max. So nobody ever stopped calling it HBO Max though.
Yeah, because it's just like it's such a short name. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like when you say Max, it's just like, it doesn't really define HBO. Yeah. So it has nothing to do, it's connected to HBO. So you're just like HBO, so you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And then if I add Max, I'll add Max. But it's just like either HBO or HBO Max. No one's just going to call it Max. At this point, it might just be called H-Max. I mean, I can see it being that because they're just like, hey, let's make it both, but short.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're going backwards low key. Back to the Cassie thing. It was like, imagine all that like manipulation going on of like music industry stuff. And on top of that, you add like assault and all this other stuff you ever going through and like.
Yeah.
So
it's insane, bro.
I hope that he's like facing life off of this one thing with Cassie, which is crazy because like, you know, they like previously they were in court for something else and he like paid her off for it.
I thought that was what it was for. It was for the whole hotel thing and then.
Separate cases.
It was the 10 million like settlement
that was, yeah. So these are different accounts. So he paid off for a whole different situation. So that's why she's able to like sit on the stand and like do all this because there's like so many like different instances where this abuse happened. That like the stuff that she's talking about is a whole different situation.
I thought what they were getting her for now was just to be like, hey, can you testify against all this stuff with the like freak off parties and all?
Because she's a part of it. That's
yeah, exactly. So I thought that's what the whole reason. That she's up there now. Is that what this for? Oh, okay.
But she also falls under that, so she's able to because she got paid for the hotel.
Yeah.
She didn't. The freak off shit is a completely different story. So it's like
okay. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, she got paid for the hotel, but what she's doing now is the part of that other stuff. Now. Okay.
So it's just like it's so deep that like, and there's probably more more.
Definitely. I mean, like this was happening since when with Diddy with these parties?
Since he's been famous, bro. Like
early 2000s.
There's a clip. I would have to look it up to pull. I'll probably send it to you later. But there's like his parties were like a popular thing. Like you mentioned before. Like
I mentioned, I was just like, wow. Like honestly, these things were like a turn of the century when he actually like brought it up.
And I think it was like an MTV VMAs promo from like the mid to mid 2000s. Mm-hmm. And it's like a promo or like a commercial, like being a joke, jokingly talking about Diddy parties. And it's like all these stuff is like, man, it's like Only thing, there was like one of Fat Joe's like, only thing better than a Diddy party was a Diddy pre-party. And the only thing better than a Diddy pre-party was the Diddy after party. So that's when it really got crazy. It's like
I bet, which is why we're going through this stuff now.
And there was like so many other celebrities that are just like, yeah, like it was the best time. Like it's like, yo, like obviously I don't know to what extent these people were a part of these things. Yeah. Maybe there was like to the extent that Fat Joe was there, maybe it was a regular party.
Yeah. It was just
even though he's talking about after party. I don't know. But in my eyes, I'm like, y'all should all be looking at these people a little twisted and like talking to them too, because somebody there had to have known.
Somebody has seen some other stuff too.
There's a lot of people being quiet. They were there and participating that don't want to speak out. And it's like, it's the same thing with like R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I was a kid watching the Chappelle show, him make that pee on you skit, being like, yo, that's weird. This is openly known.
Sorry. Yeah. Keep going. I'm just thinking of another skit, but yeah.
This is openly known, and people were still cool with him. People were still making music with him for like 20 some years until that documentary came out.
Yeah.
So like, are we not looking at these people a little crooked too? Same thing with the Diddy parties. Like, if you're making that promo, it's like, yeah, man, that Diddy party is the shit. I go to all the Diddy parties. Like, oh, really? Like, hop into this courtroom real quick.
Let me talk to you over here.
Like, all these people who have been abusers for like X amount of years and like not saying anything or like participating in it, like, that's mad wild. Like, and it's not the first time. Like, because you talk about the people being on the stand, the guy, it was a male sex worker that like apparently, you know, Cassie called to have over, and Cassie had sex with the male sex worker, and Diddy watched while he like diddied himself. And he was just like, yo, like at first, like my head, this is my work. Like, you know, I got hired to, like I do it often. It's what I do. At first, I'm like, what? He was kind of like, well, like this is Cassie. Like she's gorgeous. Like it just seemed like she's asked for my services. Like I'm doing it. And then it got to a point where he saw the abuse and he's like, yo, like I can't even like take part in this anymore, because I have like, I'm also seeing this stuff. Like I'm out.
Yeah.
So it's like, how many other people are like that, where like they saw this happen, whether it be an award show, party, whatever it may be, and just stood shut about it. Like I feel like we all need to look at all those people kind of a little crooked, because even at the same time, it's like Diddy was getting people chopped. Like he blew up Kid Cudi's car because he tried to talk to Cassie.
I saw something that was, I think that's kind of what I saw. I was just like, what the heck, bro?
Yeah.
It was wild. Even though he was doing all this, yeah. He's a little weird, bro. So. And now I just think also just like, now I'm just thinking of things that doesn't age well. And I'm thinking of that movie where it's Get Him to the Greek.
He was not acting.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yeah. I'm like, no wonder why his role was played perfect there, bro. I ain't going.
That was just him.
Hang on, there were some scenes that was pretty funny, but now it's like I look at that, I'm like, wow, like that's just wild to be actually.
We gotta ask Jonah Hill about that.
He's another one, you know. Who knows what was going on the set, you know, or he was inviting people. But yeah, I agree. It's like you have all those people who are like, you know, promoting that stuff, or who's been there, and you're kind of like, okay, well, to what extent were you there, and what did you see? Who did you talk to? What did Diddy say? What did he include you in, and all this stuff? It's just kind of weird. And then bringing back to the R. Kelly thing, I was thinking of the one skit, because like it didn't come to me until like very recently, where I realized that whole skit.
Mad TV
with
Jordan Peele. Gotta rumble in my belly. I am R. Kelly.
Bro, what I mean to tell you, that was like one of the very first skits I've ever seen of Jordan Peele. And at the time, I didn't even know that was him. Like I didn't know what Jordan Peele was, but then Bobby Lee was in it too.
Yeah.
I said security.
I think Keegan Michael Key was in the grocery shop.
Yeah, they were. Bro, what I mean to tell you, man, that was one of the funniest skits I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, it's just crazy to see all that stuff, and like the people who make those like skit. Like it's just one of those things where it's like, yo, I feel like you saw a little bit of this, y'all just ignored it, and now it's like, okay, yeah, you can tell like, okay, this stuff was a little wild.
No, it's bugging. And then I've seen it, I heard about it before, but like 50 Cent recently brought it up again. Like in the past week or so, he had an interview, but because obviously like the trial came back up. But there's an old video of he was like on the Breakfast Club or something like that, or just some radio show, and he talked about Diddy, where he was just kind of like, yo, like there was one point when he was like coming up, like when 50 Cent was like hot, like at his peak, and he was like, yo, like I see what you're doing, man, like I fuck with you, like you know, you killing it.
Diddy
right?
saying that to
50 Cent.
Okay, so Diddy saying to 50 Cent.
Yeah, he's like 50 Cent was like, Get Rich or Die Trying, like movie coming out, video game, like album.
Yo,
like
he was that boy.
Yeah, like he was on it. G Unit everywhere. Like
G-Unit.
Yeah, he was on his top. So P. Diddy, I guess, at a party or some situation, not a Diddy party, at a situation where he's like, yo, like, dapped him up, was like, yo, like, I see what you're doing, like, you killing it, like, we need to hang out sometime, you know, just kind of like get to know each other. He was like, I you know, I fuck with you, like, let me take you shopping. And 50 Cent was like, the fuck you just say to me? Like, I'm a grown ass, I got money right now. What the fuck you mean you gonna take me shopping?
That sounds so weird. Yeah, you never say that to another man.
Yeah, like, he was just like, yo, like, fuck you mean take me shopping? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And
I think at a certain point in your age, you don't go shopping with another man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like,
or at least him not treating you to shop. Like, if y'all, it's like, yo, like, we gonna go cop some clothes.
Yeah. Say it like, it's a way how you say it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, let's hang out, let's chill. We can go cop some stuff real
You
quick.
pay for your shit. I'll pay for my shit.
You don't give me an Auntie Anne's pretzel. I get my own.
It's not my birthday, you know?
What's going on here?
I know I got that song. It's like,
yeah, right.
hey, shawty.
he was on it, bro.
He's like, yeah, you're not gonna take me shopping. Like, I pay for my shit. Like, I'm cool.
Statement.
And so they was asking, he was like, I don't know why people were acting like Diddy was in the closet. He was like, he was in the hallway. Like, people knew, like.
I've never heard that, bro.
He was like, it was like, if he was in them circles, like, you knew that he was like he went both ways or whatever. He was like, and me as a grown man, you come to me, tell me you gonna take me shopping? Like, obviously that read off like some red like alarms in my head. He was like, apparently Meek a little different, because then he showed a picture of Meek and him, he's posing a photo with Diddy, leaning up on Diddy wearing the same exact shirt. He's like, apparently, you know, me as a man and Meek is on different timing, because apparently he went shopping with Diddy. I don't know. That shit was a little strange to me. But yeah, that line, he was like, yeah, like he was not in the closet, he was in the hallway. Like, everybody knew that shit.
I've never heard that before.
And
I can only imagine he said that obviously with the most straightest face to it.
Yes, bro. I'm gonna show you after this. He's just like,
and it's just
he's such a, like, say what you want about 50 Cent. He's such a good troll, bro. Like, anybody, you don't want to beef with somebody like that, bro. Not only could he fuck you up because he's freaking massive, but he's such a troll. Like, even with Floyd Mayweather and like all that other shit. Like, yeah, like he's like, he knows how to get under somebody's skin. What was it? I forgot what artist it was. It was some rap artist that came at 50 and he bought like the entire floor section of seats just so nobody could show up.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of. There was a beef with, I think it was Chris Brown and Quavo, I think. And somebody did the exact same thing.
It probably was that as well, yeah.
It was the exact same. They ended up buying all the seats and literally, I think somebody did a video, I showed a video and there was literally like nobody there. I was like, bro, I would not even perform. I'm like, I'm going home,
It's such
bro.
a crazy ass flex, like, to get under somebody's skin.
Yeah, I would do the same.
The fact that they were available in the first place,
yeah,
to be able to be bought, because nobody bought that whole section yet.
Yeah, that actually is crazy too. Yeah, maybe there's like one person.
Yeah,
got that
just
seat.
like,
They're just looking around like, where's everybody at?
But yeah, shit's crazy. Shit's crazy.
Dang, bro. But no, yeah. I mean, this whole thing with like Diddy, yeah, obviously, like it needs to obviously be brought to justice. It needs to have light come to it, because it's just all this weird stuff. Doesn't make sense.
He needs to confess.
He needs to confess.
What was it? I saw a picture. It was like an old red carpet photo of Diddy, and it was like when he had, I don't know if you remember seeing this photo, he was like bald. Like, he cut, like, not like purposely bald, but he like cut everything except for like the skinny mohawk on the top of his head.
Probably.
And somebody was like, I know he was at his worst here. Like, I know he was at his most menacing with this haircut, bro.
What was it, like early 2000s? You're saying?
Yeah,
okay.
Probably be like 05, 06 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
This is like making the band Diddy. Like, he just had people doing dumb shit.
That's wild, bro.
He's tied to so much, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it dates all the way back to like pre-Diddy, pre Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
Like, he was a part of that.
Yeah, he was like very like towards the end part of it. Yeah.
Like Suge Knight, P Diddy, like
he old, bro,
Biggie. Yeah, bro, he's old. He's like, when, I don't think there's videos or photos you can post at this point of the trial because it's like all private.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody drew like the sketch, like, you know, they always do the sketch stuff for courtrooms, and he's like full gray because he has like no hair dye. No Just for Men in jail.
No Just for Men. Unfortunately, black does crack for him.
No. Well, I mean, when you're filled with nothing but evil, I feel like.
Yeah. It's like one of those things where it's like you always see it in those like Disney movies, like The Witch or something.
Yeah.
She has to like have some type of source. She uses something. When you don't have
Her
it
power
anymore,
source, yeah.
it just starts turning old.
Diddling.
immediately.
It's just-
The baby oil.
His diddle source.
No.
That's why he looks so young. It was just all them freak offs. All that baby oil on him kept him looking young.
They took it away from him. He was
Oh.
like, no.
But what was it? Oh yeah, but like Danny Kane making the band, like all those groups. I think the Pussycat Dolls at one point. I think he was tied to them. And then just further on beyond that.
That
like,
just also sucks too when you like when he has ties to something you did, but say like you weren't like involved in that way at all. You were just like,
a victim.
Yeah, like a victim, and also just like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there could be some sort of like, okay, yeah, just he was a part of it, but like I wasn't like anywhere like trying to be involved, and now you have to be like questioned about this stuff.
Yeah.
So it just like it's crazy. But I mean, hey, if it helps any certain way to get this figured out, you know, gotta do.
I'm calling all of them up.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody.
Like you got to, because it's just like either you sit there, you try to get these specific people. Like I don't know the rules and how far they're allowed to ask certain people with this, and that, and the third. But it's just like if it's easier to just call everybody up to figure it out, it's just like you might as well, bro. Sorry, clear a date out your calendar or something. Like we're gonna ask you a couple of questions and then we be done.
You think Meek ever going to admit to all this stuff?
I mean,
Because he's like, ever since that stuff came out, even when he spoke on it, he never denied anything. And like, there's so many pictures of them together.
Meek?
Yeah. Not that he's a part of it. Like, I just know that like,
yeah.
I know that there's like a 99.9% chance that like Diddy diddled Meek. And like, it's cool. Like if that's the way you roll, then like, fine. Like no judgment to Meek, but like he's still denying it and like still trying. Like this is what I talked about before. Like he be trying so hard to like stay like attached to hood shit, and it's like, bro, you've been rich for like 10 plus years. Like you don't gotta act fake hard. Like, and he be posted.
Maybe that's why
he be posted up like leaning on Diddy, like he's like his side piece, and it's like, and you wearing matching shirts. You be all on top of each other. They be in every party together. The all white parties, all that shit. He be at the pool with the fries on his lap.
Yo, that was a diabolical time for him. Yep.
I think that was all around the same time.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. He's gonna go to jail. He was like, oh yeah? Well, let me tell you something about me right before he goes.
He like fries on his lap.
I ain't going in there unless he going. Be some wild stuff. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy situation. Well, either way, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of months and years going into this. There's gonna be a lot of documentaries, a lot of comments, a lot of stuff's gonna come out.
Documentaries, 100%.
I'm praying for Cassie's health and well-being and the health of her child, and that she gets the justice that is deserved for the situation.
Did they ever have kids together?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I feel like I never heard of it though. I know she's now.
She's pregnant with.
How many kids does she have with for her new husband?
I think this might be the first. I don't know much, but I'm guessing it's their first together.
Okay, I just wasn't sure
because I don't think they've been married for that very. Like I think they've been together for like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
But yeah, hope, health, and justice and whatever for the both of them, because he has to sit there and hear all this stuff as well. So hopefully this is stuff that like he already knew about and they spoke about prior, and
pretty sure,
so nothing's kind of catching him off guard. It doesn't mess up the marriage or anything. So, and there's no like at this point, there's no denying that Diddy's guilty in some form.
Yeah, you just gotta figure out how.
At this point, is like how much.
Yeah.
Like how bad was it? Yeah. Is what they're trying to figure out. He's gonna get something. I hope it's not like something where he could just pay off, or is he like on house arrest? I hope he actually does time.
Yeah.
Because he's facing life if he gets charged for everything. Will he actually get it? I don't know how much money and how much power he has, so we'll see. But
the judge was probably at the party too.
that'd be the issue sometimes too, though. Is like a lot of times these guys are free because they invite politicians and people with power, and it's like, oh, like, well, if you want to post a photos of me there, you in the same photo, you in the group photo. So if you coming down with me, then let's do this. And they'd be like, you know what, you're right. So we'll see what happens, but we're gonna get up out of here because we're running out of time. We appreciate you guys for watching.
Yes.
We love you guys. More videos coming out on Thursdays and more podcasts as usual. Appreciate your time always. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.